Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to today's live workout. I've missed you. I have missed you guys. I talk a lot with clients and friends about the importance of consistency and building habits, and that is what leads us to success in fitness and nutrition, and frankly in life. And I've read some really great books on habits, and I just couldn't agree more. The time's going to pass anyway. You may as well start implementing these habits. Well, I have formed a habit of all of you coming on live with me and me getting amazing energy from working with you all. So good morning, good morning. I'm seeing you all come in here. Let's see, Jill, Candace, Renee so far. Awesome, awesome. So today's exciting. Obviously, we're going to be doing a lower body workout first off. I see you're already sending me hearts, which I absolutely adore. Thank you so much. Keep those coming. And of course, as much interaction as you can in between sets. So I am going to be doing the live workout, and at the end, once I've caught my breath, I'm super excited to share what I've been working on this last week, and I am planning to launch June 1st, but certainly we're going to get started on all the details this week and next. So I'll share all that stuff. I've made myself some notes because I'm going to be tired and there's a good chance that I will miss something. So let's get into things first off. Hopefully you're all warmed up. If not, get some moving around. Start doing some body weight squats, arm circles. Make sure you're ready to go when we get started. And we are going to be doing 4 sets this morning, 2 exercises per set, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, and we're going through each set 4 times. So whether you want to call that 4 rounds or 8 rounds total, I don't know, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call that. So our first exercise is going to be goblet squats. Now, if you have lighter weights, you might find you want to take it to a front squat so you can hold both weights, and I'll show you both ways. A goblet squat, you'll hold on to that weight right here, out from the chest, but it is chest level, and feet are just wider than or just around shoulder width apart, and taking it to that full range of motion with that squat. Chest is up, back is flat. If you have lighter weights and you want to squat more than just 1 dumbbell, you can certainly take it to 2 for a front squat. Again, resting those weights on your shoulders, on the meaty part of those, the traps. And here's our squat right here. Same movement. We are going to pair that with a deadlift and reverse lunge. So if you are doing the 1 leg deadlift, you're lifting 1 leg off the floor right here. You've got soft knees, and we are just going to hinge at the hip, at the waist, bringing that weight down, and then coming into that reverse lunge. I like to keep the weight in the opposite leg as my stabilizer leg, but if you find you're more balanced holding on to it here, then that's great. If the 1-legged deadlift is not working well for you, grab 2 weights, do your deadlift here, and then go down into that reverse lunge. So we are doing that reverse lunge, same leg for the whole round, and then we'll be going with the other leg for the next round. All right, so let's get started. Make sure you have your water. Equipment needed for today is going to be your dumbbells, your mat, and something that you can step up on. A chair, a bench, a stool. Maybe you have a step, like an actual stair that you can use. That works too. Let's get started in 15. All right. Starting first with that goblet squat or those front squats. If you've been following, here we go, on Instagram or Facebook this week, even though this is only my 2nd live workout this week, I have been posting, keep going, I have been posting workouts that complement everything going on this week. I don't want you doing 4 days of legs or 4 days of upper body. Even doing 4 days of full body is too much. We definitely need to make sure that we're being smart about our programming and our fitness so that doesn't lead to injury or overuse. In 8. 2. And rest. All right, into that deadlift and reverse lunge next. So I've still been working out this week. I'll explain how later on, but I've also been working out. But I have to say, it's not been the same. Being able to see all of you. And I suppose that's why I got into group fitness versus one-on-one personal training, is the energy that the group brings together. Even if it's virtually. In 10. And rest. A lot of you have still continued to message me with how your workouts are going, how you're progressing. Good morning. Which of course I love. Here we go, back to those goblets or front squats. So, Trevor, you all know Trevor. He's quite often in the background joining me when I go live at 6:40 in the morning. And he has continued his workouts this week as well. He has a new client, Brave Fox Coffee Co. They're local coffee roasters in 8. And so we are sampling, and we bought in our sampling and rest some of their coffees. So my favorite coffee is a dark roast, which I just love the richness of it. And apparently, well, I guess I did know this. Here we go with that deadlift. A dark roast is not as much caffeine as a light roast, which seems backwards, but it is what it is. So this morning, we're trying a light roast from Brave Fox, and I can tell the difference in caffeine. Maybe you can too, with my energy. Plus, I'm excited to see you all again. But what a difference that light roast has made, but it was delicious. So I'll be sure to post about them today in 6 on my story, with a link, of course, and rest. And we have 4 to try. So after I've tried all 4, I'll be sure to give you my review of each 4 as well. All right, we're halfway through already. Oh, whoa. Into those goblet squats or front squats. Now in Edmonton this morning, it has sleeted, and I'm pretty sure I saw snow earlier. How about down in Calgary, you guys? You don't have to answer me right now. I know you're busy. In 6, but when you get a rest, let me know what's happening down there. And rest. Into, here we go, deadlift to reverse lunge. Make sure you're coming all the way up from that deadlift before you go into that reverse lunge. Fully come to standing and finish that deadlift, because that's where the hamstring is getting that work. the area just below the glutes, the back of the leg. I've heard many people call it the under butt, or the second butt, or something like that. That's that tying from the glute and rest into that hamstring. I don't think I gave you a countdown there. I think you're getting used to me not always doing that. Rain, 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 and snow rain down in Calgary. All right, so we're probably getting similar weather. Back to those goblet squats. My dad lives in Rocky Mountain House, and I saw that my sister posted there was snow on the ground, like actually sticking. I'm sure it's gone now, but ours is not sticking. But mountain weather is a little different. I can remember in high school, camping May long weekend through snow in 5 more times than it was nice, and rest. Northwest and southeast, different sides of Calgary, right? Or corners, quadrants, I guess it is. Here we go, our last one. I'm on my right leg, so of course that means it's more challenging for me. I can balance better when I focus on the floor. In 10. Three. And rest. All right, we are done. Our first set. Nice job, everyone. Delayed May long weather. Absolutely. Yeah, it was actually pretty nice this May long. Nice to be in Rocky. You know what? It's nostalgia, hey Candace? Many a long weekend in Rocky. Which of course is where I went to high school. For those of you who may not know that. All right, into our second set. We have step-ups and we have ceiling stomps. So grabbing that bench, chair, stool, or stair that you have, I think you'll be able to see me here. I'll just push the table back. So weights are going to be optional if you want to hold on to some weights for these step-ups. It is going to be the same leg for the entire round. So from this position, it's a full extension. Come fully to standing. Of course, without weights, you can do the same thing. If you want to hold one weight, you can hold it at the chest. But I find I like to keep my arms beside me for balance. So whether or not I hold weights, they're at my side typically. And we're going to pair that with ceiling stomps. So the last time, I believe, that we did ceiling stomps, I also showed you a progression. So that ceiling stomp, we'll do it sideways so you can see me. You start in tabletop position. That one leg comes parallel to the floor. So the quad is parallel to the floor. The foot is flexed. And what you're imagining doing is actually stomping the ceiling. Some people, well, many people also call them donkey kicks. So starting here, it is a small pulse. I think you can see me. And right here, where you have that pulse at the top, that's where that contraction is. That is where the glute is doing the work. So you want to pause in that position. If you want to add a dumbbell to this, you can take that dumbbell, and while you're in this kneeling position, put it behind, tuck it in there and keep that tucked. It just gives you a little more weight to push. You may not have the same range of motion because you need to keep that weight tucked in there, but you still want to do that pulse and you still want to have that contraction at the top. So that's an option. If you have, as people call them, booty bands, or those bands that you can put around your legs, you could certainly wear one just above the knee for this as well. It's just, you have to get in and out of it with that step up unless you're doing a lower step. So, just having a quick read of the comments coming in. I know with mentioning Rocky, Candace are with me today, and they're both from my high school. We went to school together. One of our Candaces had a little Jeep, and we called it the Barbie Jeep because it was white and purple and pink, I think, and it was a lot of fun. And I see the other Candace has a Jeep now, although I bet it's not white and purple and pink. So let's get into this next set. Candaces, you can keep us updated on your Jeeps. And we'll start in 15. All right, starting with those step-ups, with or without the additional weight. Here we go. Even if you start the first 2 rounds with weight, and then you find that's too much, you can always drop the weight for the additional 2 rounds. Or maybe you find the first 2 rounds without weight, it's feeling a little easy, then I want you to pick up some weight. If we're putting in this time for the workout, we want maximum challenge that we are able to challenge ourselves with. In 5. And rest. All right, so my first round I think I'm going to do without the dumbbell. Hopefully you can all see me. There we go. If I go this way, it's better. So this is slow and controlled. You're really only moving a few inches from that position where you're parallel to the floor. The work is there with that squeeze. You can hold that squeeze for anywhere from that 2 to 5 seconds. In 5. And rest. We want to feel a nice burn in that glute. All right, here we go. Step up with that opposite leg. In 5. And rest. Drinking that water. All right, opposite leg ceiling stomp. So I didn't read the whole article, but I saw an article posted that in Edmonton, we're looking to open playgrounds, skateboard parks, outdoor fitness playgrounds, and courts this Friday. Sorry, it must be next Friday. Oh geez, I better read the article. Maybe it's today. It's probably next Friday. I'll have to look. In 4. And rest. But a great thing about a playground, especially if you have little ones, is there are great workouts you can do for yourself at the playground. With swings, with slides, with monkey bars. And go. So this is our third round of these step-ups. Are you finding you need to modify from the weight you started with? Or are you finding you have added weight? In 10. And rest. All right, I'm going to add that dumbbell to my ceiling stomp here. Ready? Here we go. If you are holding that dumbbell there, just make sure it's tucked tight in the crook of your knee. Don't want that coming out and falling on your other leg. In 10. And rest. All right, we're on our last round, one of each. And go. So, if you did the workouts that I posted this week that I recommended, one of them included redoing the one where I had my tripod fail. So if you did it, hopefully you had another good laugh, as I do every time I see it. In 5. And rest. And so it was kind of timely, without my knowing, because our renovator down in contracting and our designer revolving rooms, they were at the CHBA Virtual Awards last night in the comfort of their own homes, and they won Renovator of the Year and the best renovation in the $300,000 to $600,000 mark. They do smaller projects too. So you'll see that I've tagged them in my story today. Super happy for them. They are all amazing people. Both Kendall and Sheldon, who are the owners, and all of their staff and team, love them all to bits. In 6. And they've been nominated for years. I think this is the first year they finally won. And rest. All right, set number 2 is done. Whew. All right, we are done with that stepper bench, and we are done with the mat, if you want to take it out of your way. Into our third set. Just the one, oh, white and pink trim. Okay, I always think there was purple in there for some reason. I should have taken more photos, but they were expensive back then. And it probably took almost 2 weeks to get them actually developed compared to nowadays. We have thousands of photos. Okay, thank you, Pauline. Edmonton Playground's open today. All right, so it's not next Friday. Sometimes I catch these news articles and I just don't go into them because, I don't know, sometimes they're clickbait or they're false news or can't be bothered. So anyway, thank you so much, Pauline. Yes, you're right, Candace. Calgary's on a different plan altogether. All right, into our third set. We're going to be doing a reverse curtsy with 2 pulses. Again, weights will be optional here. Holding on to those 2 weights. So a reverse lunge is when you step straight back. Curtsy, you step back kind of at a 45-degree angle and you cross over your stabilizer leg behind you. So you're doing a little curtsy with 2 pulses. Come back to standing with a little toe tap for a reset, and then back into the same. If you find this is too much on one leg, of course you can alternate those. And of course you can do this without weights, certainly, working on that lower body, or you can even hold one right here at the chest level. We're gonna pair that with 2 sumo squats. Not just 2 sumo squats, sorry, 2 dumbbell sumo squats, which of course are also optional. So you're standing wider than shoulder width apart, and your toes are pointing outward. Again, about a 45-degree angle. Weights are staying in the middle. We're coming down, adding 3 pulses, coming up fully to standing. Now you don't lock your knees when you come to standing, but it is a full extension. So you're coming up fully to standing. Of course, you can hold 1 dumbbell. You can hold no dumbbells and just have those pulses right here. All right, so on to that next round. Pinky purple, the white was purple pearlized. That's maybe what I'm thinking of. Awesome. Oh, and Renee loves the sumos. Good, good, good. I love hearing what you love. I equally love hearing what you don't love. Both are great. So let's go into this third set. Starting with those curtsy lunges. Again, if curtsies bother you, that 45-degree bothers your knee, just keep it at a lunge. It doesn't have to be the curtsy. You don't need to be doing lunges that bother your knees. Keeping that chest high. If you find you're starting to kind of look like that, then I want you to drop the weight. I would rather you work on strong body, strong form, and add in weights. Weights are always optional, especially for squats and lunges. All right, in 10. And rest. Sumos. Also, depending on what you have at home, you can do sumo squats up on a bench and go, and you can hold that weight like this. You almost need that bench though, so that the bottom of that weight goes below the bench and doesn't hit your floor. Whatever your range of motion is for these sumos, you're dropping down low, fully to standing, in 6. Oh, these ones always add up quickly, and rest. All right. Curtsy on the other side. Here we go. 2 pulses. Now, if you've been following these workouts or whatever mix of other workouts you have in your week, because I know there's been lots of great fitness posted during the last couple months, have you noticed any changes? Whether you can see or feel better, bigger muscle definition? Have you made a progression on your push-ups? Have you added any weights to your lunges? Maybe you couldn't do a burpee at all, and you're getting one now, and rest. Because I have noticed changes in my strength, my leg muscles. It's amazing how much just that consistency can do for us. Plus, of course, the release of positive endorphins. There's been a lot of, it's been hard, right? Having the isolation, having the quarantine time, living throughout this very strange time. We have to do things that make us feel good. And fitness absolutely does in 6. Releases those good endorphins. Even if you're getting out on a great walk and rest in the fresh air, I find nothing cures me better than a workout or a nap. Both do wonders for the soul. And of course, don't even get me started on how well the nutrition can affect you. But that will take up all of our time if I get started. As you may have realized, I'm pretty passionate about fitness and nutrition. I love it. In 10. Good morning. Almost there. And rest. Of course, I'm also really passionate about good coffee. Here we go. I don't think I could count on my 1 or 2 hands how many times, as Trevor and I are falling asleep, I'm talking about coffee the next morning, which I actually did last night, talking about trying this new coffee. Remember, we're still keeping that back flat and chest is high. In 5. Whew. And rest. In 3. Last round, one of each. Starting with those curtsies. Just thinking when we were talking about high school earlier, that was making me think of physics, which is where my business name is derived from. Newton's law of physics states, oh, here we go on 5. I always have to make sure I get these countdowns in with my stories. And rest. It states, a body in motion tends to stay in motion. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. And so, inertia fitness is in the business of keeping bodies in motion. Many of you already may know that law, or you can remember learning it in high school, or maybe your kids are learning about it now. All right, we've got 10. Oh, these sumos. Are you still loving them, Renee? And rest. Whew. Grab some water. All right, we are on our last set. We are going to be doing lateral lunges for our first one. So you need some space to move to the side. So it'll be that lunge to the side, and you push back with the heel. That's how you get out of that lunge versus the stabilizer leg trying to pull you back. If you want to hold on to some weights, you certainly could hold on to them stacked on your shoulders. If it's comfortable holding it at the chest, maybe you want to hold one in the same side as your stabilizer leg, or maybe you want to hold one in the other arm. Lateral lunges can be tricky to add weight. I find they can get in the way differently for different people. So optional, obviously, to add that weight. And oh, we're gonna pair it with Renee's first love, and that are pop squats, or perhaps that is. So a pop squat is basically a jumping jack, but instead of arms coming up, when those legs open, we're actually touching down. We are not looking at the floor, head's in that neutral position, looking ahead. We're just ahead to the floor, but not like this. This leads to a light head and falling over. You can absolutely modify these pop squats with a little touch down with that squat. And of course, you're touching down whatever your range of motion is. Maybe you're not touching the floor, but you're just reaching down. Whatever you can do while you still keep that chest high, okay? This is gonna be our last set. I'm not sure she loves the pop squats. Yeah, I say that in a lot of jest. It's kind of like how I say everyone loves burpees. No one does. After this set, I'll talk about the new program. I'm going to be out of breath for sure with these pop squats, so you'll have to bear with me while I catch my own breath. All right, so lateral lunges are first. If you want to add a weight, find out where it feels most comfortable for you. Here we go. I am doing the same side because it's less switching of that weight that I'm holding. But if you want to alternate, you can absolutely alternate those sides. So you are pushing out of that lunge with this leg. The heel is where that weight should be. Feeling a nice stretch in this stabilizer leg's inner thigh. I think one of the last times we did lateral lunges, my friend Karen had joined us, and she said she'll wear a backpack and rest, which you certainly could do as well to add that extra challenge. All right, these are paired with our pop squats. Maybe it's a good thing I had the light roast this morning. Extra energy to get through leg day. In 10. 2. And rest. All right. Lateral lunge on that opposite leg. Here we go. Thinking more about inertia, as I am, it's really just talking a lot about habits, isn't it? In 10. Whatever you're used to doing, it's hard to change. But once you do, it's hard to go back and rest. And sometimes all you have to do is just say, I'm committing to doing that first set of Anne's workout. And you may find after doing that 1 or 2 rounds, you're committed and you're in for the other 3. But all you have to do is that first step and do that first set. A set is only 8 minutes. I know sometimes it feels a lot longer than 8 minutes, but I swear, my timer doesn't lie. Now, depending on how much time I talk between sets, is how the varying length of workouts are. In 3, and rest. Hey, Laura, come on in. Or maybe you're gonna catch us later. All right. Back to that original leg for that lateral lunge. In 10. And rest. So earlier in the week and last week, I noticed we have a robin in a nest outside our bedroom window, and I was super excited to potentially see her and her little babies. Well, unfortunately, yesterday and so far today, she's not been sitting in her nest. So maybe she moved them. Although I don't know that birds can move eggs, so maybe something has happened to her or the eggs. Or she decided to set up a nest somewhere else. In 10. And rest. Woo. All right, we're on our last round. Woo. Here we go. Well, the good news, any snow we were getting has turned to rain. In in 10, in 5, I'll give you 2 countdowns versus some I don't give you a countdown at all. And rest. All right, here's our last pop squat. Last exercise. Here we go. Remember, you can modify this. Not touching the ground. Taking it to an alternating side squat with a touchdown. In 7. And rest. Oh, nice job, everyone. Oops, I started my timer again. We don't need another set. We are done. Grab some water. So, since all of this COVID started back in March, I decided to come live to keep us moving in our fitness world, and frankly, to help with connection. Me to you, I know on our lives, some of you have connected with each other. We're used to seeing each other in class, or you just know each other, or maybe you've made some new friends. But I'm like, okay, let's try something new now for June. I get so energized and excited about new programming, and frankly, organizing that program. I adore spreadsheets. My background, I have a business degree, and I love Excel spreadsheets. So, my last couple of days, I've been working on our new program for June, which is called Inertia at Home. Yeah, not overly creative, perhaps, but it definitely fits the bill. And my intention for this program is 4 weeks of scheduled programmed workouts. And what would happen is I would actually email the program of the week to you. You will get the links to 5 pre-filmed or videoed, whatever word you want to use, workouts. They are full-length workouts that I have done, and they are put into this program for the week. And there will be 5. You choose if you want to do all 5, but I certainly also give recommendations if you want to do 2 workouts, 3 workouts, 4 workouts. But again, coming back to ensuring you're getting a balanced amount of workouts for your body for that week. Equipment is pretty much everything we have been using. So it's, if you have some dumbbells or weights or do-it-yourself weights, you've got your yoga mat, a chair or a stool, and your towel or paper plate that glides on the floor. That's all you need. So you don't need to invest in anything else. They won't include a warm-up or a cool-down, so same structure. I'm also going to email out a program guide. So what that does is it will detail the actual exercises for each day. And the reason for that is the first 2 weeks will be unique workouts. So the first week, 5 workouts, second week, 5 workouts. Third week, I'm going to switch up first week's workouts into a different order, and same for the 4th week, so that you're having a chance to get familiar with the workout, getting confidence in all the moves, but also to keep track of your progression, because feedback I'm getting is, wow, the last time we did these lateral lunges, I did this and now I'm doing this. So this is also an opportunity for you to see how you are progressing. And by having it written for you in a guide, that 3rd and 4th week, maybe you don't need all the cues, modifications, and hearing my stories for the 2nd time. Or maybe you quite enjoy following along. So the option is, if you have the guide, you can set up your own timer and just go outside. Maybe you have maybe your gym is open by then, and you want to wear your own earbuds and just count reps versus a timed interval. I know for myself, when I see workouts and I've followed along, I want to write them down because they're great exercises put together as a unit. So I'm going to do that for you. Everything will be linked to my YouTube channel, but it'll be unlisted. So these are going to be workouts just for the program. I'm also going to send out an invite to anyone who signs up for Inertia at Home to a private Facebook group where we can have chats about fitness, nutrition, share stories. I can give some additional insight, and I will be doing some live workouts with that group specifically. I am going to be following the same program for all of June. So in my email, I will let you know for the week what day I'm going live. Am I going live on Instagram or in the private group? And also what workout I'm doing. So you can plan around that. If you want to join me live, you haven't done the workout the day before. I'm working legs 2 days in a row because I certainly don't want any of you doing something like that. And the last note is I'm also going to include, because I am a nutritional coach, and this is completely optional, a coaching review and my recommendations for your caloric and macros intake for your goals. If you're looking to have some fat loss, maybe you're looking to maintain but just feel better fueled for your workouts. Maybe you actually want to put on some muscle mass. I am going to be providing some information with that as well, and probably going into that a little further in the Facebook page. So that's the review it all. Today on Instagram and Facebook, I am going to include some links. All the information will be on my website. I'm sending out my newsletter today, so all of those recipients will get the information. It'll also tell you how to sign up, the cost, and I have decided to include a cost for this. It's going to be $50 for the month of June. And if any of you know me, I'm extremely generous with my time for fitness and nutrition. There will be no set, no, you can only talk about these things. I'm happy to share, and I'm happy to give you some personal advice based on what you are looking for yourself. And that'll be it. I'll have all the links to sign up online. If you don't see any links anywhere, you can't figure out how to get this, just message me and I'll send it direct to you. I love interacting with all of you. So that is that. It's called Inertia at Home. I'm gonna bombard all of my social media and channels with the information, and I would love to see you in there. So that is that. Thank you so much, Candace. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. As you know, you have literally made me cry. Happy tears, of course. I'm a softie, and you all know that. So again, thanks for joining me today. Look for all of my Inertia at Home information, and I am super excited to get this started in June. Just kind of a rebirth of something new gets me super excited. So have a great day, have a great weekend, and keep posted to my Instagram because I will have some more lives and things going on next week. I'm actually filming on the days I'm not going live, so that's why I'm not going live. I would be doing literally 3 workouts in a day, and that's certainly not what I recommend for anybody. So that's what I'm doing on my days off, is I'm actually filming the workouts for this program. And I have been known to do 2 in a day. So I've been sleeping really, really well and eating really well. Have a great day, everyone. If I've gone over an hour, this probably won't save to anything. So thanks for joining me. You're the first to know what I'm doing. I appreciate your support so much, and we'll see you again soon.